All right, and welcome to the third YMCA podcast. And
History makers.
again,
we just
one more
made
week
history.
in a row.
Good.
Now, we do have our first guest. We'll get to that in just a second. But we are requesting that anyone watching this submit a name for the podcast. We've still got the two cameras. We've got one right over here. And now we do have our guest, Michelle.
Thank you.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, guys. How
Hi.
are y'all?
You can see her right here on this one.
Hey, guys.
See?
So we've got a lot of things we're going to be talking about. And we're going to be going... What do you want to start off with? Your baseball tournament just ended.
Let's do that. Let's talk about. So where would I put this? This is the cool. So
Here, let me see.
Hold that up. We
gonna put it
just
right on
we
the
just had the
camera.
Boys of Summer Classic baseball tournament, which was really cool. We had 28 teams come and be a part of it all weekend long. It was a blast. A lot of good baseball, but more than that, it was just a fun time. A fun time for families, kids, coaches. So it was more about the atmosphere of what was going on. So we started at 8 o'clock that morning, and we didn't finish until about 8 o'clock Sunday night.
Oh,
but it was a
wow.
good time, and the kiddos gained a lot of experience, and the winners got this real cool ring. And so I think that's pretty neat. So they feel like superstars.
You had a lot of kids out there.
We did.
I showed up because I had the last Miracle League that Saturday, and I showed up to the baseball fields for you to set up a sound system.
Yes, you're the tech man.
I'm so far. But it was cold and windy, but you still had tons of people there. I got there at what 7:20
That morning.
7 something to set up, and you already had a big group of people.
Big group of people
What time
there.
did you start? 8?
Well, 8 a.m. that morning. Yeah, and I want to say thank you to Joel Jimenez with DAV Chapter 41. So they presented our colors that morning.
Okay. Yeah.
We always enjoy them coming out, and they did that. And Jerry Johnson was formerly with Jerry's Sporting Goods, which is now BSN Sporting Goods. So appreciate him. We had a lot of good giveaways to the teams and to the coaches, and we had a home run derby, so we had some winners win a bat for that. So anyway, it's a good weekend, and I look forward to doing another one. So,
that's always
Very
fun.
cool.
yeah.
Pretty much, we've got Michelle Hicks,
Thank
teacher
you.
at
Yes,
Barwise.
a
Yeah.
diagnostician.
Yeah.
Yep,
Say
at
that.
Barwise. Diagnostician.
Do what?
Say that.
Nah, I don't know.
No. Okay.
Diag for short. There you go. I'll give you
Now, the reason she's here, we thought about having some other guests, things like this, but we'll say last night, which you're going to see this, it's going to be 2 nights ago. So we're releasing this on a Friday, and if you're watching it some other time, then, well, sorry, it was a couple of days ago for us.
Yeah.
We had the last day of our Live Strong program that was started at the YMCA. It was the Live Strong graduation.
Yep.
Right.
And
Yeah, it
Michelle
was.
was one of our cancer.
Graduates.
She was one of our cancer survivors that went through the program.
right.
And let's see, you. Yeah.
But we were talking about who can we get to be our very first guest.
Right.
Michelle came up, and we said, "That's her. That's her right
done.
now."
Yeah.
First of all, the graduation. Let me tell you something. There was a lot of, let me say, not dry eyes in the room.
Not a dry.
Yeah,
No.
and it was so special because let me say this. 12 weeks ago when they started, Donisha invited me in to say hi to everybody, and when I walked in there, the room was quiet. Everybody had to kind of their head down, really wasn't talking to one another, and I thought, wow, well, this is going to be. I wonder how this is going to work out. And I really had dreams of it working.
Right.
And then last night we walk in there, and it was.
It was a family.
Yeah, just
It
a
was a
family.
family.
So tell us
Yeah.
about it. Tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, my experience, I've been with the Y probably 4 or 5 years. I've done boot camps. I've done the body pump and all that.
Yeah.
Well, last year, about this time last year, I had breast cancer surgery, and just thus began my journey into the world of cancer treatment and cancer surgery and all that good stuff. And so I, heard, people told me, Michelle, it's going to change you. It's going to change your body. It's going to change your person. And myself being myself, I tried to keep that off as long as I could.
Right.
But, after so many months of chemotherapy, so many months of radiation, and I actually drove to radiation for 6 weeks.
Wow.
I worked all day.
Where did you have to drive to?
To get Decatur.
Decatur.
Yeah,
Wow.
I just made the decision to have the treatment there
Yeah.
and stuff. So I did that. And so I was trying to get back to Michelle, as you try to do when you're going through cancer treatments. And I was working out. I started working out a little bit at the Y, just a little bit, trying to get my strength back, because that's one thing you lose when you're going through cancer treatment is your strength. And people tell you, but until you've done it, there's just no tired like cancer tired. And so,
you already seem like a very strong woman.
Yes.
I mean, you're a very strong woman.
I am. I'm a very strong type, resilient person and personality. And so this was very, very hard. And so I went back to the Y, which has kind of been my home for working out. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And it was hard. It was hard. I was trying to do Insanity and some of the other classes. And I was just like, I am like beat. I'm having a hard time. And I saw a Live Strong flyer for this class that y'all were going to start for cancer survivors. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to be a part of this. And that's how it began.
Do you think between the workouts, so tell me a little bit about the difference what you was trying to do on your own versus what happened inside within the walls of the Live Strong program?
Like I told you last night, Donisha and Jennifer they were lifesavers.
Yeah.
They each were, they have the right personality to work with people that have cancer. They're motivating. The first time I met with Donisha, I was like, I bawled. I just cried and cried. And like I was telling you last night, a lot of it was anger. I was just so mad that I had to even like I was mad I had to be part of a class. Does that make sense? That.
Well, I was going to ask you in a little bit about, I noticed you teared up last night and you did tell that story. So you tell us, where was the anger coming from? What was just because cancer robs you of your it doesn't rob you of your spirit. I don't think there's anybody there in our group, and thank you for letting me talk on behalf of our group. But there's not one of us that doesn't have the resiliency or the spirit, but it takes a toll on your body. So maybe your mind wants you to get up and go, but your body's like, oh my gosh, I want to lay on the couch. Or, they tell you, the doctors say, well, if you want to feel better, you need to start working out. And you're like, well, that's just an oxymoron. What are you talking about? I mean, I feel horrible, but okay, I'll go work out and it'll make me feel better.
They say that to get back in shape, too.
Yes.
But,
Was it tailored? I mean, so they took care of you in a different way, but was it tailored a certain way, the workouts?
Well, it's like, being myself, I'm kind of more of the he-man, he-woman type of person, where I like the body pumping, the, tire flipping kind of thing. But the ladies were able to kind of like, okay, Michelle, work with me, know if I was really, really tired, kind of encourage me when I thought I was like, being a Billy. Can I say Billy Bad Butt? But you know what I mean? When I thought
you can do anything you want to.
But they were like, hey, let us help you out, Michelle, or take a break, or there's just that encouragement and forgiveness. That's a big thing. And every woman there has had cancer of some sort, and so there's no judging, there's no shame. It was just a really good group of women that got together. It was the perfect.
It really did seem like y'all bonded very, very well whenever I was there last night. Because I had gone to a class, what was that, last week or 2 weeks ago?
You did.
And y'all were bugging me.
Yeah.
Like, picking on me. And I was like, this is a fun class. I mean, you wouldn't have ever guessed that y'all had cancer. I mean,
no.
You guys were fun. Every one of you had a different personality, but you all fit together really well.
Yes.
And you could tell some were down a little more than others, but some of the ones that were a little more better that day, they helped those other ones up. And you guys kind of built on each other.
And that was the beauty of, like, we would break into groups a lot, and then there wasn't like a group, like some of us would be together sometimes in working out, like we do the row machine. We all learned how to go into the weight room. I mean, how cool is that with all those guys? I mean, one of the most intimidating places I've walked past, I can't tell you how many times, and to be able to go in there and like get on the rowing machine, do the weights, and all of us women just felt so empowered to do that.
Well,
what a beautiful thing.
You have Donisha and Jennifer, and I don't want to work out with Jennifer. She's more tough than she's hardcore. I'm like, you're a little too intense for me.
So at one time you were intimidated by the weight room, but I think there was probably some guys in there seeing the ladies and probably got pretty intimidated by seeing what was going on. You know?
We were doing step ups and like pushing weights, and I mean, that was the whole purpose of the whole thing, was to get us stronger.
Yeah.
But also, I heard that if someone couldn't do something, they catered and changed stuff to help you through that.
They modified, you know, if you needed a chair, I need a chair sometimes when I do my squats and stuff, because I just don't know how to do them right.
Right.
And so that's a good modification and all that. And there was just this, you know, if you needed to take a break, you know, you needed to get a drink of water. I mean, it's just taking care of yourself.
Right.
There wasn't the pressure, and that's what I want people to know. It's not the pressure of you have to prove yourself.
Right,
It's just the
right.
pressure of getting yourself better
Yeah.
and improving. And that's the whole purpose of the whole Live Strong program.
So you referred to, you said women, but is this class isn't
Oh,
just
no,
for
no,
women, is it? It
no.
could be for
It can
men
be
or
for,
woman, men or women.
Men or women.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think anybody should deter away from it. In fact, today I was able to like possibly recruit somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, she had a double mastectomy, and she's like, I don't have any range of motion, and I heard about this class, and I heard you
Yeah.
were in this class, and so I told her, I said, this is a perfect chance for you to be part of the next class.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so,
So
you know,
what if you had a chance, and you do have a chance to, what would you tell others to encourage them to give it a shot, that are sitting there thinking, nah, this, I won't go in there, it's too intimidating, I don't want to be around other
now,
people.
You're going to go into you're going to meet one-on-one with the Donisha or Jennifer. You're going to meet one-on-one. They're going to talk to you. So that's going to kind of break the initial barrier. So they're going to kind of get to where you are baseline, how you are mentally. Like I said last night, I was so angry. And those two women loved me through all of the anger. I was just so mad. And I know a lot of nights I'd just be mad. I'd just
Yeah,
be like working out mad, and I don't know why. But that's what happens when you go through this process. But they, you know, they're there every step of the way. They're there to help. They're there to encourage, you know. That's
Wow.
and they tailor the plans for
Right.
each. They made sure that we were they worked with each one of
Right.
us. So
I noticed, I heard one say that last night, that was the neatest thing about those two women, that they did, you know, kind of accept where you were that day and
Yes.
what was going on, and they
Yeah.
would work with you accordingly. And so that's real neat. I think, again, I had a good time yesterday. It was fun in there. We went in, and well, there was just so everybody got a diploma.
Right.
I
Yeah,
guess we could say
we all
diploma.
graduated.
So
Yeah.
and they got a lei
Uh-huh.
and a coin. So tell us about the coin.
the coin just is just a reminder from one of our ladies in the group, just to be strong.
Yeah.
And just
Cool.
just to
Cool.
know that
Cool.
Yeah.
that's the beauty of this, is that there's such a camaraderie.
Yeah,
We all
yeah.
like want to stay in touch. Two of us are going to start the boot camp
Yeah.
in 2
Uh-oh.
weeks. I know.
Watch out.
At the Family Y.
Yeah.
And so
Cool.
there was just a really interest in the other programs and
Yeah,
stuff
that's
that
good.
y'all offer, which I know about some of them, but it's
Right.
nice to see other people.
Others.
Well,
Yeah.
another thing that people are listening to this and they wonder about these programs, and one thing I want to tell people about Livestrong is if you're wanting to take place in that program, it costs you nothing.
Nothing. That's the beauty
It's
of
a free
it.
program. You've already had enough expenses with
Yes.
treatments.
Yes.
So what if I was a survivor from 25 years ago?
Oh.
There was one in the class,
There
right?
was
We can-
one.
we
there
can
was
still-
one last
20
night.
years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
that
it's
was
for
that
everybody.
was so cool to have somebody from 20 years to myself who is not even a year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's
And
for
then
everybody.
you get done with the class, and partway through the class, you get these snazzy shirts,
Yes.
and they on the
Yes.
back of them you can see it says Survivor.
Yeah.
Yep, right there.
Yeah.
And then if people are watching this and they want to support the Livestrong program, we have tons of ways to do that. They can come
Yes.
up here and they can buy a supporter shirt.
Yes.
They
come-
want to just donate money. You can do that,
Yes.
and it's on the Livestrong page on our website.
Yes.
It does cost money to get people through this program, but we want to tell people, if you are a cancer survivor, do not hesitate.
No.
Don't ever think that we're going to turn you away because of
No.
money. Ever.
No.
That's
No.
part of what the
I
YMCA
didn't
does.
pay.
Yeah,
I didn't
absolutely.
pay a cent
Yeah.
for anything.
Yeah.
So my shirt, everything was free.
So another way we raise money is, and I don't know if you saw any of the pie in the face. So Google it.
No, I'll just link it in the video.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
okay.
in order to raise some money, Lisa Nix came up with an idea, and they were you could put pie in people's face and raise money for a certain amount of money. You could do that. So we were going to film a little commercial on it, a video explaining what pie in the face was. So the whole thing was they going to put a pie in my face or something?
Yeah, Lisa was going to put a pie in your face just to raise awareness.
Yeah. And I snuck up, and I did a little role reversal on her, so she didn't know it. And I snuck up when they were videoing, and it's real cool because it was like
I knew,
but she didn't know. And it was so cool because it was just off the cuff, and it was a real raw video. And so I snuck up behind her.
You got her in the face, and then the next video we got our board chair, Kenny Haney, in the
board
face at a board meeting.
At a board meeting. Now, how crazy is that?
And then
he was in his clothes, that's for sure.
And then we've also got
Mark Tucker,
which
is
CPA,
a longtime member of CPA.
Comes to downtown to work out all the time, but we got him, and he had no idea.
Yeah.
And then we tried to get Brandon. Lisa did,
but he
dodged it.
Too quick. What happened? I had a hat on. They came out to the soccer. I was coaching a soccer game, and they were going to sneak up behind me. My wife was in on the trick too, but it just so happened to have a hat on, and my bill was down, and so Lisa hit the bill and caught me from the side, but I got out of the way. But they say they're going to still get me. But here's the deal. This is what I say.
We're going to be doing that again this fall.
We're
so be watching
doing
out. That's how we're going to try to raise awareness along with this podcast. But
we want you to nominate somebody to get one. So don't say their name now.
Okay.
Nominate it to us in private,
and
because we'll have some fun.
All right, cool.
I do want to go over a bunch of things going on. We've got our summer camps. So we will go through those really, really quick. A lot of things for kids to do this summer. Down at the downtown Y, we're actually having a cheerleading camp July 11th through the 15th, and then we're having a soccer camp July 25th through the 29th. All the information that I'm giving you is available at ymcawf.org. At the Bill Bartley Y, we're having a lot of camps. Basketball camp, we've got 2 sessions, June 13th through the 17th, and the session 1 is going to be ages 5 to 8 from 9 to 10:15, and session 2 is kids 9 to 12 from 10:30 to 12. We're having another cheerleading camp there from June 13th through the 17th. The volleyball camp June 27th through the July 1st, and then we're having a second session July 11th through the 15th. A gym swim camp June 20th through the 24th. Fundamentals of football. Ronnie Williams. He was Oklahoma State Cowboy. Go Pokes, because I'm a Cowboy.
Yeah.
But he was also on the Dolphins and
San Diego Chargers.
Yeah. But he'll be helping with that one. He'll be running that July 18th through the 22nd. And then we have a gymnastics camp. 2 sessions of that, August 1st through the 5th and August 8th through the 12th. We've got a packed full summer. Wow. That's just the camps, but all the prices are online, everything like that. And soapbox. But you know what, Michelle, what was funny is last podcast, I dared Andrew. I said, you know what would be funny, Andrew? What? And I said, wear a cheerleading uniform and go to the cheerleading camp. And you said you would. You volunteered to do it. So I told you to find me a cheerleading outfit.
So if you want to see Andrew in a cheerleading outfit, come to sign up for the...
I guarantee you don't want to see my legs in a cheerleading skirt.
Yeah, so...
That's awesome.
I don't have the flyer, but I'm sure you're gonna. He's our tech guru, so he's gonna probably show the flyer once we're doing this. Yes,
yeah,
for the soapbox. So anyway, we do have the soapbox derby coming up
June 25th.
Oh, and I'm excited about it.
And
hey, so we
all
need
of
kids.
These programs, all of the summer camps, the soapbox races, everything. We're not going to turn any child or family away due to inability to pay. That's part of the Y program.
Right.
But there is a cost to the programs if you can't afford them. And then Soapbox, we actually lowered the price because we have the cars and we want more kids to be involved.
We want them
and we're not just having regular Soapbox races for regular kids. We're having the Super Kids, any kids with special needs have a buddy that helps them drive down the road.
Which is really cool.
It's really fun. And then we're having a Build Your Own, which I've already talked to some firefighters that helped with Miracle League, and they were down for it.
Yeah.
So, but...
Cool.
So last podcast we looked right at that camera and said we challenge those of you that want to build your own. So we challenge like fire departments or ambulances or police. So we want them to challenge each other. So same thing we're doing to challenge everybody right now. Go to our website ymcawf.org. It has all the information. And thank you for being a part of this.
And thank you so
do you
much.
have anything you would say about to anybody that's wanting to maybe donate or be a part of the program?
I would just say to any individual or into any business, just it's a win-win. it's a win-win situation.
Yeah. Good.
You're gonna enhance people's lives.
It looks like
their
y'all just had a
hearts.
blast.
Yeah, it's an amazing program.
One more thing we want to mention, Erica over at the Family Y,
Yep.
she has the prayer box.
Yes.
So can you
Yes,
mention
yeah.
that, or somebody wants to? So there's a prayer box over there. Make sure you get over there and
We're
put
putting prayer requests in it, and then is it once a month or every?
once a month. You know what? Should be something we do every 2 weeks or every week.
I
so
thought it was more sooner than that.
I'll put the info on the
yeah.
screen because I don't
Yeah.
remember.
What needs-
But they do a prayer, and they did it in front of a flagpole once. They did it in the gym once. So they
Very
do
cool.
a prayer on
Yeah.
a Friday
Yeah.
at
Very cool.
noon. So
So that's cool.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
You're
great.
working with our Christian principles of the YMCA.
You're
Love it.
you're taking all the time.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
We
so-
had things we got to talk about.
So this is no. See, it's really my fault. Most of the time, I'm just blabbing too much. So that's kind of an inside joke. But so this is how we're gonna finish out.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say ziggy zaggy ziggy zaggy,
And we
then-
both say oi oi oi.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
I
So
got
it's
it.
it's,
I
it's
love
fun,
it.
and so
I
that's how
love
we're
it.
gonna finish out. So,
Okay.
But thank
and-
you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And remember,
Thank
if you
you.
have a name for the podcast, leave it in our Facebook comments or our description of the video, somewhere in there. You know.
Yeah.
Real quick, on the YouTube, they always say leave it on that channel below.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that. I've never done it, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave it on the channel below. Will you put
Leave
something in there,
Yeah, yeah.
or on the link below?
well,
the
if-
link below.
The link below. Also, if you want to, you can see. Maybe I don't know. We're gonna have a button where you can subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's good. And don't forget, what are we gonna have on the wall? Probably the next podcast, because June 2nd we're gonna announce the big announcement. And so
Ooh,
June
ooh.
3rd
Oh,
we're gonna
wow.
have
June 3rd.
we're
Yes,
gonna
we
have-
have a
Wow.
major announcement. You've heard a little bit about it,
Oh yeah.
so we haven't gone
have.
public with it yet.
Keep it.
But it's
Yeah.
really,
On the
really
down low.
cool.
we're gonna hold
Is
her
that-
hostage until
Is
then.
that coming out next time?
Absolutely.
All right, next
So-
time you've got some big news here.
All right, ziggy zaggy ziggy zaggy.
Oi,
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 oi.
oi.
All right.